Hi guys. Okay, so today I'm going to be talking about when you realize your narcissist is a narcissist, or basically when you find out what a narcissist is and it kind of clicks in your head, like, oh my god, that person's a narcissist. Okay, so what happens to us when we find out? Initially, it's a shock feeling. The only way I can really explain it is like when you have a bad dream or whatever and you wake up, you know how you, for a little while, it feels real, like you're still feeling it and you think it's real and you're still in that panic. That's kind of what it feels like. It's like you, and essentially it's kind of like waking up. Because you're waking up to your narcissist ways. You feel overwhelmed. In a way, you kind of feel like re-victimized, especially if you're finding out much later in life, like maybe you're in your 30s and you haven't really had anything to do with your narcissist in years. It's like for a long time, that's my pool making weird noises. For a long time, we know that like something is wrong, but we can't explain it. So when we find out what a narcissist is, we're finally able to explain it. You start kind of freaking out in a way, and you kind of get symptoms that sort of mirror PTSD. Panic attacks, anxiety attacks. You're not sure what to do, because a lot of people, they don't even have anybody to turn to. So I'm gonna sit here and explain things that you can do. Initially, when you find out, it's good to maybe find a friend that you can confide in, that actually already believes that, you know, you have been abused in some way. But you couldn't quite define it as narcissistic abuse. Look online for groups or forums that talk about narcissism. Just Google narcissists or narcissist groups, something like that. If you happen to find a group online, I wouldn't advise like asking questions or talking right away, because your emotions are at like a high point, so you might come off as a little crazy. It's better to actually watch what people are talking about, read the comments and stuff like that. Make sure it's a good group. If you see people commenting, constantly attacking the person who's posting or other commenters, it's likely not a good group. Like I had gotten into, I think, a couple weeks ago or whatever. So yeah, make sure you find a good group. I can't tell you what my group is because our group has been infiltrated before by narcissists. I guess some members, somehow their narcissist snooped and found their scapegoats. I don't know, maybe through looking through like their Facebook or something, and found the account, and then all hell broke loose. So, but it does happen from time to time. It's kind of expected, but we just try to make it so it doesn't happen as much as possible. And another thing that you can do is you can start a journal. Start writing everything down, letting it all out. I did that for years before I found out my mother was a narcissist. But I knew something was wrong, so when I came out with it all, I looked crazy. But now I was finding out what a narcissist is. You know, you're able to finally put all the pieces together. One of the best things you can do is get a hobby. Something to occupy your time and your mind. For instance, you can take up swimming, cleaning. Some people are really OCD with cleaning, so you can do that. Exercise, paint, make Halloween props. That's what I do. Or you can do Christmas stuff, holiday stuff. Stuff that you can even sell online. You can just find something you like making and make a bunch of it and sell them. Refurbish furniture. Listen to music, knit, sew, build stuff, take up a sport, gardening, make yourself a vegetable garden, anything that makes you feel good. You can even do gaming. Before I knew my narc was a narc, I played WoW. It's called World of Warcraft, and I found that when I was playing it, my mind was occupied, and I physically was occupied, and it was doing something that I enjoyed, so that I wasn't freaking out or feeling as much pain. For panic attacks for me, a few weeks ago I had a panic attack in Walmart. I immediately just went to the registers, and since there was a couple people ahead of me, so it was going to take a little while, I decided to do something to occupy my thoughts. And what I did was I counted things, whatever they had on display that they had a lot of, which was lighters. So I started counting all the lighters very slowly and breathing. And I also got a drink and started taking sips here and there, just something to help calm you down. I don't know what provoked the panic attack. It could have been something with my ex, because there's been stuff going on with that. But in time, keeping busy and talking to people who have narcissists in their family, or are, if you have a narcissist ex, talk to other people with narcissist ex. Or if your mother's a narcissist, talk with people that have narcissist mothers. And in time, you'll start to heal. I found out what a narcissist was October, November 2015. And now it's kind of to a point where I can talk about it and it doesn't hurt. There are certain aspects that I do talk about that still hurt, but I'd say 99% of the stuff just doesn't bother me anymore. It's just, it happened to me, but it doesn't affect me anymore. It still affects me, just not immediately. It still affects me in a way, if my house isn't clean enough, even though it's really clean, apparently. To me, I see it's still a mess. It's all because of my narcissistic mother. Clean was never clean enough, even though she wasn't very clean herself. It helps you also to better deal with your emotions and anger. If you're feeling everything all at once and it hits you like a truck, it's not good. So just kind of do something to occupy yourself and kind of let it slowly, just let it slowly, I don't know, not really affect you, but slowly work on it and accepting the feelings that you're feeling. And it's okay, because this is how you heal. If you try to ignore it and pretend it didn't happen, it's not going to be good for anybody. You're going to end up treating a lot of other people badly because of it. And yeah, you might be good, but every once in a while you're going to blow up really bad at people that don't deserve it. You know, I've been in lines at stores where people just really take it out on workers. And, you know, I've actually come to workers' defense, you know, when I see that a customer is being like super unreasonable and angry. Like I remember once at Home Depot, I went there to rent some equipment, and this guy just walked in. He already had a bad attitude, and he was talking crap, like crappy to his wife. And when he was behind me and I was trying to fill out all the information that I needed to rent the piece of equipment, the guy behind me started talking crap about the worker. And I spoke up, and I said something about him needing to be patient and chill out and stop taking it out on workers just because he's having a bad day. He ended up leaving because I guess, you know, he was embarrassed because somebody called him out. Some people just like to go out in public and treat workers like crap, and they think it makes them look cool or something. I don't know what, but to me the cool thing is to let them know that they're the ones in the wrong. Maybe they're trying to establish some sort of dominance. But anyway, so hopefully this video helped you. And I also need you to understand that when you join groups and stuff, everybody heals differently. And so everybody's going to be at a different stage of healing. So when you join a group, there's going to be people that are still angry. And you can see the hate. And then there's other people who have healed. And, you know, those people talk about their narcissist and things that happen, and you can see that it still affects them a little bit, but they're not as passionate, I guess is a good word, passionate about it. And the people who have started the healing process actually can tell when someone is just learning and still hurting about the narcissist, and they're still very emotional about it, and you know, they tend to like talk you through it and try to make you see that it wasn't your fault. They validate your feelings. They tell you stories to help you understand that they understand what you're going through. Anyway, like I said, I hope this video helps you, and take care.